Everybody, before we start with this process, we would like to thank you for being here today. Our delegation hope we can proceed successfully with this negotiation. My name is Stephanie Vargas and I am the designated attorney for the United States in this particular occasion. As you know, we are here today to negotiate on the Canal Zone Treaty as well as its sovereignty, its jurisdiction, and any other relevant matter that you would like to discuss or add to the negotiation. Today, I am in company of the U.S. Ambassador, the Secretary of Defense, and our Economy Minister.
Okay, good morning everyone. Thanks for the invitation. My name is Catherine and I'm the designated attorney of Panama for this event. My delegation also hopes for the best outcome from the negotiation, something with which both our parties will benefit, since you were the ones who invited us here to negotiate. So we expect to complete your demands and proposal first, so please go ahead.
Okay, greetings everyone, especially the delegation of the Panama Canal, with whom we want to get an agreement, the best solution for all of us. So, let's start. It is known that our country has had the delegation of the criminal jurisdiction and also of the armed forces for over 100 years in this in the Canal Zone. So the removal of our presence in this zone couldn't be possible from one day to another. In order to do so, we need to get certain conditions from your own. And among these conditions, we have estimated that in a span of 20 years, your country could be able to afford the defense and the management of the Canal Zone. And it is also our responsibility to guard this zone from any threats. And to do so, you need to guarantee that you will be able to do so as well.
Okay, so we appreciate your concern, but we also feel that your agreements do not correspond to the hard work our people has been doing in order to have, not all, but some member of the jurisdiction of the council. So, that being said, we disagree with the span of time proposed. It is longer than it should, and we are sure that our country will be able to defend the canal if it's needed in a shorter period of time. So we can discuss a short time span if you are okay with it.
Okay, sure, we can talk about the tactics that your country will take into account to manage and defend the Canal Zone, but we cannot change our decision on the 20-year time span.
The delegation would like you to think carefully about your demands. Without proper instruction and equipment, the Canal Zone will be completely unprotected. And although this area does belong to Panama, you must think ahead of your interests and also consider your people's safety. Bear in mind that we do not represent a threat. The security of brother nations is of paramount importance to us. If the canal suffers such things as a terrorist attack, your nation economy and thousands of Panamanians' lives will be at risk.
Good morning, my name is Laura Franco. I'm the Secretary of Defense of the United States. We can understand your position regarding our presence in your territory. However, we must take into account the fact that our country has taken care of the defense of the canal thoroughly during the time it has been in our jurisdiction. We have provided our military forces with the latest equipment and trained them on the best combat and protection techniques. On the other hand, your armed forces are not as prepared to defend the canal from attacks from neighboring guerrillas, invasions, sabotages, or any other threat. The equipment your military uses is obsolete and the personnel is ill-trained. Therefore, the United States cannot retreat its armed forces from the Canal Zone.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Corina Blanco, and as a Defense Minister of Panama, I have to say we don't agree with your arguments, and we continue to hold our position. We're firm in it. We understand you have been in control of the defense of the canal for many years, but we cannot accept the intervention of the military forces in our jurisdiction. So that's what we would like for you to withdraw your troops from our country.
As the canal's defense is our priority, we cannot comply with your request to retreat our troops. However, we can offer to train your military forces to defend the canal as long as they are commanded by U.S. officers. We cannot risk the canal's integrity until Panama can prove that it is completely able to defend it.
Maybe the proposal or our forces being trained with your military programs will be beneficial for both of us. Not only you will invest less money in the defense of the canal, but also our army will improve and develop. The security of the canal is a priority for us too. So that's the reason we don't think you can stay in our territory. We have been training our troops with the best equipment, but we do not want our disagreements as a country to create an unstable situation in the defense and security of the canal. So we can reach an agreement through the training of our troops for a reasonable time, and we can accept your support only until we can prove that we can defend our country and our territory.
Seems reasonable. We propose that the training period lasts 20 years, at the end of which our troops can retreat. And we can offer a similar deal regarding jurisdiction. You have asked us to give up half of the jurisdictional rights in the canal zone. However, we do not consider that your police force is prepared to assume this responsibility. We can only agree to give up half of the jurisdiction rights, including criminal jurisdiction and police authority, if you agree to create a new police force trained and directed by U.S. officers.
That won't be possible. As I stated before, our police force and our armies are trained to work without any external support. We don't need any foreign intervention in the direction and meddling of our affairs. We demand the unconditional giving of half of the jurisdictional rights of the canal zone immediately.
Sadly, we cannot concede any further without endangering the canal's integrity and operability. Given that the time of this meeting is limited and the defense of the canal is not the only topic in the agenda, I propose that we move forward and schedule another meeting only to discuss jurisdiction.
I agree. Shall we move on to indemnization?
Well, yes, good morning to everybody. My name is Fabiana Marquez, the Minister of Economy. I would like to say that we can clearly see and understand your concerns. We have ours as well, but we can make an agreement in order to beneficiate both parties. This being said, we would like to start by requesting $1 billion annually as a compensation.
Hi, I'm Corinne Rapino. I'm the USA's Economy Minister. I understand your point, but we cannot commit to pay this amount per year. Instead, we can offer you $500 million as a compensation per year.
Well, yes, but it's important to mention that we will have to wait 20 years. So, would you please care to share to us the reasons of your bargaining?
Reasons we bargained the initial offer are because we, as the USA, have owned for 100 years the jurisdiction of the canal zone. Also, we consider your army is not capable enough to defend it. As we mentioned before, we can offer you to capacitate your army to ensure your nation's safety.
Well, that's interesting, but as we already mentioned, we cannot accept that. Taking into consideration that we cannot make an agreement regarding to the indemnization nor the presence of your troops in our country, I would like to propose a 5-minute break in order to discuss the flexibility of each position of each party in order to make a final agreement.
Okay, once again, thank you everyone. After having analyzed the proposal made by each part of this case, we have considered that we cannot reach an agreement because at this moment the position of both parties are inflexible and the negotiation cannot continue. So for this case, we consider that we must plan a second meeting so we can meet individually and come up with viable proposal for both nations. So thank you all for your attention and comprehension during this session. We inform you when it will the second meeting. All right.
Bye. Thank you.